Hello, amazing viewers and subscribers. Welcome to Soulprint Intuitive Tarot. I am absolutely delighted that you have found me. I'm so honored by the number of views and likes and subscribers that have come my way really recently. It's just remarkable to me. So thank you so very, very much. I have a question. This one actually was sent to me by one of my amazing subscribers, and she wanted a little look-see on Trump's health, mental and physical. So I thought that would probably be something that, people were interested. So we're going to give that a quick little look today and see what we see. So we're going to focus in on Trump's mental and physical health. Okay, just bring this down. We'll give it a couple more shuffles and we'll see what the cards would like to share with us. Alrighty. Trump's health, mental, physical. Trump's health, mental, physical. Trump's health, mental, physical. It's not good. Okay, he's not well physically. He's feeling run down. He's exhausted. It's getting very hard for him to kind of keep up the crazy, even for him. So physically, I'm going to say that he's run down. He's not feeling good. I'll see if I can get a little bit more specifics. Intuitively, I want to say that he's having heart issues or sort of solar plexus issues in here. It sort of feels as if the stress and the anxiety is really starting to encroach. He's definitely feeling battled. He's feeling like he's being picked on. He blames the White House. He says, like, that's it. And why can my secrets not stay a secret? This is ridiculous. I want my secrets to be secret. Fool. And so what you have here is this constant state of agitation and anxiety, and it's manifesting itself both physically, in terms of aches and pains and I almost want to say like acid reflux and acidy tummies and upsets, that kind of thing. And of course, it is seriously impacting his mental state. So worried about money, so worried about those secrets. He can't figure out how to he can't figure out how to turn the bad news good, right? It doesn't seem to be, it's a matter of no matter what he does, it creates more stress and more anxiety for him. So, the poor fool just hasn't figured out if he would just be quiet, stop tweeting, stop reacting like a crazy, irrational person, maybe he might possibly feel better. But, no, that's not his style. That's not what he's going to do. He's completely incapable of stepping back from himself. So, it continues. He's definitely feeling trapped. He can't see a way out of this, without it causing him a lot of trouble and a lot of pain and anxiety. He wants to believe that, mentally he's telling himself it's all going to be fine. We're brilliant. We're brilliant. And again, it's a really bizarre kind of dynamic with Trump. He hears the truth. He even on some level absorbs the truth. But when it is a truth he doesn't like, he immediately starts spinning it and twisting it and creating a new story that is more palatable to him. So that's his pattern. That's his behavior. And the more somebody tries to confront him and say, no, that's really not the truth, the more agitated and angry and hostile he gets, as was really, really apparent on that ABC interview. And I apologize, I can't quite remember the interviewer's name. So, but you all know who he was, and you all saw Trump's reaction, especially in the car. There was also a little segment, I think, in a garden somewhere, where he was actually being pushed back, and he just didn't like it. He got insulting, and he got angry, and he got, he just very torn, very upset, keeps wanting things to change. He has a really juvenile sort of way of approaching life, a really childish way, not innocent, but childish way of moving through life. He's very concerned about some unhealthy alliances that he has formulated recently. Putin, Kim Jong-un, Xi, they could all fall into that category for sure. It's like on some level he thought he had these situations under control, and he does not, and those people are starting to turn on him, and it's causing a great deal of stress and anxiety, and almost, I want to say, he's starting to edge toward paranoia and fear. It was really interesting. I believe it was yesterday, the reaction he had to the United States announcing that they had taken more aggressive measures against Russia in terms of, cyber means. And his reaction was, one, to call the newspaper treason for reporting the truth. Okay, honestly, somebody should sit down and tell Trump what the flippin' definition of treason is. Second, but the second more telling reaction was, there was this sort of rant on Twitter about, don't they understand the consequences? Excuse me? Excuse me? Why should a newspaper be concerned about Russia's behavior or reaction when they are telling the American people the truth about what they're trying to do to safeguard, or what is being done to safeguard the American people and the American grid system? It's craziness. He's definitely got a wheel of fortune here, so something's going to change, and I don't believe it's going to be a good change, especially in conjunction with this retreat and sort of illness card. It kind of indicates that there's a real downward slide, and in fact there could even be sort of a health crisis looming, something that's going to really, really, set him back, knock him down a little bit. It's as if he's sort of used up his bag of tricks. It's as if mentally he doesn't feel like he has a lot of room to maneuver, which is why he's becoming so aggressive in his reactions, in his attacks, in his being. He just is not feeling at all safe or secure anymore. There were periods of time, going back over the years, where he really did. He was almost like cocky, like, I can do this and you can't make me do something else. That is dissipating, and he seems to be now mentally, there is definitely more of a feeling of paranoid, fear, physically scared, confusion. So he's not feeling confident in his ability to formulate his thoughts or speak clearly. And honestly, that has been an area where we as global citizens have been watching that deterioration since he announced his presidency. Like, he has so been on a downhill slide. He's just not in good shape. And of course, the tower and fear of the truth and looking for a different perspective. So again, with this hanged man, normally, you know, different perspective, a little bit of self-sacrifice. I'm actually seeing a head issue. So could it be a stroke? Could it be so what we've got here is we've got one card indicating sort of heart problems, and we have another card indicating that there could be a stroke. He's just sort of running kind of in perpetual, you know, fear, right? I mean, it's just, he knows the change is coming. His emotions are completely out of whack. They're out of control. He's so scared of being proven to be an what's the word I'm looking for? An invalid president. He is scared that he is going to be thrown out of the White House. He is even more frightened that he is going to be escorted out of the White House, which has, you know, a slightly different connotation. He just feels embattled. Okay, and the more he does, the more foolish he seems and appears to be. I am aware of the fact that there is a lot of speculation out there that he has some sort of a stimulant issue. You know, whether it is something that he is taking to perk him up, pick him up, and to help him sort of maintain the pace. Although I mean, really, how much energy do you need to golf and watch television? Like, come on. But anyways, he apparently feels he needs it. So I'm going to just zero in on that question and ask Universe if it can give us any indication of if there is any sort of abuse or taking drugs either incorrectly or inappropriately. And I'm going to ask that in terms of both legal and illegal drugs, prescriptions, over the counter. Let's see if we can zero in on a bit of an answer there. But definitely I'm seeing increasing mental health issues, and I'm seeing some real concerns starting with physical health. Whoopsie, what's flying? Okay. Okay, so let's just zero in on Trump and drug use. Trump and drug use. Trump and drug use. Let's see what we can see. Definite heart issues. I wouldn't be surprised if he isn't taking something connected to heart or cholesterol. Of course, that shouldn't be surprising with his diet. Keeps trying to move away from this. He wants to get into clearer waters again. He really, you know, the White House is his problem. As far as he's concerned, the White House did this to him. You know, totally rewriting history. I also want to say, I think that there could be overindulgences. I'm not sure if it is an overindulgence of food, of ice cream, sweets, but there is Coke. You know, you gotta wonder with how much Coke the man drinks that he's not stimulated from here to Pluto. Like, God almighty, how does his body even absorb that much caffeine on a continual, ongoing basis? His heart must always be sort of revving. There is definitely a need for a balance. He needs to stop focusing on that which is physical, but he is incapable of that. He spends a lot of his energy looking forward, looking overseas, looking at what I can create when I leave this place I'm in. It's really very sad when you kind of tune into his energy, the complete, not only disregard, but the complete just doesn't care. Just, you know, really he has no appreciation, no respect, no regard for the presidency, the White House, the Constitution, the government, and worse, for the people of the country. None. He doesn't care. He just doesn't care. All right. So we've got the Eight of Swords and the Ten of Swords. Neither are good. They're definitely talking about feeling trapped, talking about, him being taken down. So whether this abuse of drug, prescribed or over the counter, or literally caffeine, it's going to come back. It's going to get him. You cannot do that to your body long term and not actually feel an impact. It's not going to happen. And, again, he deludes himself. He has hope, big hopes, that it won't matter. He is so invincible. He is so strong. He is such a magnificent example of human health that it won't bother him. He completely deludes himself about the reality of his situation. A lot of worry, a lot of upset. I ought to say right now, again, the Wheel of Fortune coming in, death, the devil, and magician. Okay, so if you caught an illusion, if you caught any of my recent readings, I did talk about the frequency with which the devil, death, and the tower come up for this man, and those surrounding him. It's just like the odds of this happening are almost incalculable. It just doesn't happen in normal readings where the same sort of negative cards just come up over and over and over again. And I might do one or two readings on him or the periphery about him every day, or certainly every couple of days. These things show up virtually every time. Like, what is the story there? He is not well, okay? I'm actually reading this a little bit more literally. There is an addiction. There is something going on. And I want to say, whatever it is, it's part of what he tells himself he needs. He views whatever it is he's doing as sort of tricks of the trade. He believes that that's what he needs to keep the edge on. He's completely delusional. He is, again, not sleeping, not in good shape. His fortunes are going to change. That's not going to be good for him. I do not believe that Trump is at this point, in any case, energetically, that Trump is in any sort of immediate peril from any outside source, okay? Anything that happens to him mentally and physically really is an internal situation. And, and that's important because for the last thing we need, or you need in your country, or frankly the world needs, is somebody taking Trump down. Because all that does is turn him into a martyr. And that's just not a good thing. It's not. It will give, the alt-right, it'll just empower energies that should not be empowered. It'll make it that much harder to fight the fight of light, dark, positive, negative. But I definitely see he is in some sort of physical peril or jeopardy, and I'm looking as if it is an addiction. Again, I cannot get a read on what the addiction is to, but whatever it is, it helps him live in a state of delusion, and he's dependent on it. He believes that this is, whatever it is, that is what is keeping him strong, empowered, fool. So, That's my reading on Trump's mental and physical health. I hope you found it interesting. I hope it gives you some answers. All I know from the cards is there appears to be an addiction. There's physical issues, there's mental issues, and he is on a decline, both mentally and physically. And the rest, the retreating, is not. It's not enough. It's not going to be enough to take him to a healthier or saner place. So, thank you very, very much. Please like, subscribe. Thank you so much for the views and the shares. It just is a thrill. I'm incredibly grateful, and I am honored that you have found a little tiny place for me in your lives and in what you do and what you care about. Thank you again so very much. I look forward to seeing you soon. I will be releasing a couple of more videos, if not later today, then early tomorrow, that pertain to other viewer requests. Please keep those requests coming. I'm thrilled to get them, and when possible, I'll absolutely read on them. Take care now. Be well, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.